Yo guys, what is up and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got another review for you guys today on the Canadian striker card, the Jonathan David card from Leo, the Future Stars card. We're going to be going through the card, its details, stats, clips, summary, all that good stuff. Before we get into all of that, if I could ask you guys to please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell so you know when I upload, a comment down below who you'd like me to review next. Guys, I'm so sorry for the break. I've been a bit jaded because of the rainier grind this weekend. I will be getting back on the video, so please do keep adding to the list. I will get through it. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So guys, this is the team that I used Jonathan David in. Now, I played him at the striker in front of Yazitsky. I actually ended up doing that SBC because I wanted a good Leo player to link in behind him who was cheap. Yazitsky's SBC was pretty decent, so I just went and locked that in. Please do let me know if you want me to do a review on this Yazitsky. I am more than happy to do so. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the review. Guys, I played him first of all, first impressions. I thought he was really fun to use. I do think that there's a certain style of play that will suit him better. My style isn't necessarily that style. He's very fast, very quick on the turn, easily able to get in behind defenders, but I did struggle against the bigger ones. I think if you play him in a 4-4-2, he will flourish a lot more with a bigger striker, as you're able to play those little 1-2s and get him in behind. 5'10", high work rates, right-footed, 3-star skill moves, and 5-star weak foot. So the only thing that will be a bit of a weakness for you skillers out there is those skill moves. 1 higher would be a little better, but I think I can live with that, guys, for myself. Personally, 5 games played, 11 goals scored, and 1 assist, so a good return as well. He did have some really nice goals, really powerful finishes. Overall, guys, I would say he generally finished more inside the box than outside the box, but overall, really nice as well. In terms of his work rates, guys, that is a little bit of an issue, because his positioning is sometimes a little bit off. I did have get in behind as the instruction on him, but unfortunately because of his positioning he was often caught behind my number 10 Yazitsky and had to make those runs from very deep, so that was a bit of an issue, but overall nothing too concerning. In terms of a chemistry style, guys, I put the Maestro on him to boost that dribbling, shooting and passing. I wanted him to be able to dribble a little better, shoot a little better, because it does need the boost to shooting, guys. He is a little weak in the shooting department, and the passing, because I do like my strikers to be able to link up with the rest of my team, and that's why I chose that chemistry style. In terms of the key stats, guys, 91 acceleration and 96 sprint speed, absolutely fantastic in both of those areas. 94 composure and 92 finishing. Now that is really good in terms of just being able to finish those easy chances in the box. Now, although he does have high work rates, he does have 94 stamina, which goes along nicely with it. He is still a little jaded by the end of the game, but he'll be able to run for at least 80 minutes for you, no problem. The jumping and the hitting accuracy is pretty ridiculous, but he feels smaller than his actual size suggests. It says 5'10", he feels smaller than that, so I didn't really get that much chance to use that heading and jumping in game. Finally, guys, the long shots are the con of this card, and generally, guys, I don't know what was going on, but when I was getting into good positions with him, what often ended up happening was that he was smashing it wide or just not putting enough power into it. So with the boost with the Maestro, I was able to get a lot more chances in, or just create more danger with rebounds, etc. like that. Finally, guys, in terms of player traits, we've got solid player. Nice to have that trait. Unfortunately, no finishing traits, which we would like, but not going to complain too much given how well this card played for me. Now that we've gone through all of that, and speaking of how well he did for me, let's go to some of the clips that I got with him. So guys, getting into some of Jonathan David's clips now, and what you guys are going to see here is a mix of his shooting, playmaking, and most importantly his speed and dribbling. Now guys, there are a few key things I want to talk about with regards to this card. The first thing is his pace, of course. His pace is absolutely phenomenal, guys, and combine that with reasonably good dribbling means that you have a card that can move really well up front on his own, or even as part of it too as well. However, guys, there is one big point that I do want to get into, and you're noticing it with all these clips as well, is that this card is not a demon finisher. Now, that is a bit of an issue, guys, because on the face of it, this card has 3 stat categories that I would like to improve personally. Now, there's 94 pace, which is fine. You have 88 dribbling, you have 86 shooting, and you have 78 passing. Now, all 3 of those stat categories, for me, I like to improve that. I like my striker to be able to link up the play, I like my striker to be able to dribble well, and I like my striker to be able to strike the ball well. And unfortunately, with the chemistry styles that we have, only a Maestro will help him in that regard. Now, guys, actually, when you look at the stats that the Maestro hits, it doesn't boost the most important stats for me, which is why I feel like this card struggled overall for me as well. I really do feel like if you were able to boost this card in the right areas, pick 2 of the areas that you want to boost him on, and then boost those and just kind of relax about the third one. You can't really do anything about it. Then what you do have is the best version of the card that you can get, I think. So I would be looking to boost his dribbling and his shooting. I do not think that his shooting without the boost is good enough. You guys will see a number of chances here that I feel like should have gone in, but unfortunately just didn't, or just wide, or the keeper manages to get a save on it. Unfortunate with a lot of these chances. Some of them are a bit ridiculous to think they could be goals, but a lot of them I don't think they are. I think that one there should be an easy finish, and others as well should be an easy finish for him. So guys, my first recommendation would be boost that shooting, and then secondly, because he feels a little bit stiff without that dribbling boost, I would recommend boosting that dribbling as well, just to give him that little bit of a boost in terms of just being able to move quickly around defenders or in between them, or just to be able to turn out of danger as well. Because he's such a small and slight player, it would be far more handy if he was more agile as well. Guys, getting into the rest of the card though, what you guys do have, especially in this pace, is a player who's able to stretch the lines, stretch the fullbacks, get in behind the centre backs, really play with a bit of danger. And I think this card does scare a lot of people because it's ultimately down to the pace factor and his ability to actually finish with decent level of power and accuracy given the right chemistry style. I think his positioning was absolutely fantastic as well, and that was a really great thing for me, was that when that pace is on and that positioning is on, despite his work rates, he really did deliver a lot of great goals and easy goals for me to score as well. I mean, here again, lovely positioning, and that's a powerful finish into the back of the net, and I love that about this card, was that he just seemed to put himself in the right spot. Now guys, I do think this card can work in a 4-4-2, and I think it works better in a 4-4-2 than a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1. So my recommendation would be put a big striker with him, and you'll find that the best way of doing things. However, if you do want to play him as a solo up front, in front of that Yajitski or in front of Renato Sanchez for linkability, then that will work as well. In this final clip here, guys, you're going to see a lovely little finish at the near post into the back of the net. So guys, getting into this final Jonathan David summary, 178k on the PlayStation, 152k on the Xbox, 197 on the PC. Guys, the key standout stats for me: the 91 acceleration, 96 sprint speed. The 95 jumping is good, although he is very small, so I didn't notice him winning that many headers. 92 finishing isn't half bad either, and his 94 composure is nice to have as well. However, guys, the con of this card is that his long shots really aren't that good. You do need to boost that stat with him to allow him to be able to take those long shots and get you goals from outside of the box, not just inside the box, which I really feel like he struggled with without the correct chemistry style. Guys, in terms of recommended chemistry style, now I did put the Maestro on him to boost the 3 parts of the game that I thought were the best for him. However, when I say that it didn't do what I wanted it to do, now obviously you guys can see it did the long shots for me and the shot power, however, did not boost his agility, which is the key one here for me. Although his dribbling does go to 99, which is nice, I would rather his dribbling went up on the agility side of things to allow me to do a little more on the ball with this player. Guys, you could use an artist as well and just leave his finishing. If you're fine with using him as a fox in the box, this will also be a very usable chemistry style for you guys. You'll be able to do a bunch with that as well. In terms of similar players, guys, I don't think that Gary Lineker is a bad shout. The prime Gary Lineker is not a half bad shout. I don't think prime Ian Wright's that far off either. I think he's a slightly better passer than both of them though. This Gonçalo Guedes is quite nice here. In terms of a similar card, I do think that it's very similar. I think Jonathan David slightly better in the pace department and dribbling department, of course, as is naturally seen by his card stats. So somewhere in between those three, I think you've got a nice happy medium of what this card is. Finally, guys, getting into that linkability of this card. Now, of course, you don't have any perfect links there, but you do have a bunch of strong links in Bamba, Yajitski, Sanchez, Andre, as well as Jose Font. So you've got some nice cards to link him into, as well as, of course, the rest of Ligue 1. So not great linkability, guys, but there are some nice cards in general that you can link to through Bamba, Sanchez, and Yajitski. Overall, guys, my final thoughts on whether you guys should buy him or not. This card will do a job for you in that Ligue 1 team that you have. In general, I would say it depends really how you want to play this card. If you use him as a fox in the box, then you really can make him a complete rounded out striker. However, I would try to boost that shooting and dribbling to give him the best chance of creating chances on his own and finishing goals. Irrespective of that, I think this is a really nice card, very good value card, and you'll have a lot of fun using him in your teams. Hope you guys did enjoy this review. If you did, please do smash that like button, and until next time, I'll see you all in a bit.